Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash building video. We're back on this level again. I'm going to make a backup of this called New Demon 2, just because things could go horribly wrong. Where's it gone? Okay, it's back. Apparently, copying a level in a folder does not put it in the same folder, so I had to move it back. Anyway, so I've made a black line using 3D lines. This is going to get group 152 and 153. I think it's going to be on B1, but I don't actually know yet, so that's ambiguous for the moment. New trigger down there, group ID 153, move Y 100 for about 2 seconds on an ease out move easing thing. And before this, group 152 is going to be set to be 10 blocks down with no move time, just so this block is offset before we get to it. Then it's going to move onto the screen. So for build helper, we only need to copy this trigger, not the one back here. We'll just copy paste build helper, copy paste build helper. Just keep on moving it to the side until we have a full row of strips. Oh my, I've lost my mojo. I didn't even set the moving group, man. God damn it. There we go. Okay, that needs to be a lot faster, but it's there, and that's the main thing. We shall change this to a 1 second move time. I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to copy these, flip them around, set it to a new editor layer just in case, and then we need to line it up with those exact lines like so. I think that's right in place, and then we can just half space them again, so these lines go right in the middle of those. Alright, nice. That looks exactly how I want it to look. Now, what layer are these waves? They are B2. So I need an overlay that goes above B2 minus 7. Okay, so I need an overlay. I think this is going to be color 9. I don't know yet. Scale it up. Save a couple of objects while I'm at it. B2 minus 6. Group 152 for moving. A brand new group 176. And then precisely 12 blocks upward from here. This is going to be another new group, 177. 176 was the bottom one, right? That's going up 60. It's going to have ease out as well, and that's going to take 3 seconds. Then I just need to copy it and put another one for 177 that goes down the opposite way. Hopefully this overlay will cover up that wave on the bottom. I think it does, but I can't tell. The issue is that these lines do cover up this brand new overlay, so I need to go and switch up the layering of those. If I can even find the right layer in the dark. I don't know why I'm editing in preview mode. That's a stupid idea. These lines are going just behind the wave on B2 minus 8, as you can see. Now if I playtest this, there should be an overlay that comes up and stops those lines from taking up the whole screen. Yeah, nice. Except it shouldn't go all the way. That's stupid. If I do back out and change the move time to 4, that's basically the same move time. Hey, nice. I like that. Just notice that these lines don't fade. That is a sin. That needs to get fixed straight away. And from 0, what are we saying about this brand new effect? Let's have a look. It covers up the waves very well, I think. You can't see the cutoff of them anymore, which is probably very annoying for you to watch in the last couple of videos. So I just need to repeat this process 2 more times for the extra layers I want to add on top. So using more editor layers, build helper, then copy it again, another editor layer, build helper, just like this. Then I can copy this again, put it on the brand new editor layer, deselect, copy the values, paste them on like so. Alright, so this overlay that you're about to see has taken a lot of tweaking with numbers and easings and stuff, hence why there hasn't really been much commentary, but I think I've reached a point where it does look pretty good. So right here, you've got the initial overlay that I made, no glow, so it just cuts to the pink in the background. Then a layer above that, you've got a brighter version of it with glow. And then above that, you've got another version of it with a darker glow. So right here you can see you've got the initial layer, the brighter layer above, and then the darker layer to cover it all. Now let me get to the triggers. So the bottom layer moves on the quickest, that's 4 seconds on back out. Then the next layer above takes 6 seconds, still on back out, and the top one is still on back out and it takes 8 seconds. So there's a staggered move set which you're about to see right now. I think it looks pretty good, but to make this work I did have to add a brand new group 182 to the black overlay glow. Let me see if I can find it. This layer right here and this layer too. This is all on 182 apart from the trigger. That's why it's showing up as the little purple box. So this all fades out so that the new overlays come in looking very smooth. So right here is the midpoint of this part, and that's when I want the overlays to move back into the center. So this one is going to take 1 second, and I need to go into the triggers individually now and change their Y to make it back up to 60. So 50 and 10 make 60, 40 and 20 make 60, and 30 and 30 make 60. So as I started off earlier and forgot to finish, the bottom layer needs to move in for 1 second, then the next one can move in for 2, and the next one can move in for 3, just to make sure it all closes up before we get to the next ball section. You can see by the duration lines. So in normal mode, these should come up and then close after this portal. Maybe it's a little bit too early. Yeah, okay, so we can definitely move these so that the grey here, hold on, let me just select all of these again. This grey can move all the way to the ball portal, maybe a little bit after, just to ease in the transition even more. Let's have a look at the new version right here. Should move in around about now. Awesome. I kind of wish it was a little bit more climactic, which is why I'm going to change it to a back in, maybe. I think that's going to work the best because they will move down and then they will move in, and that'll just make the transition a lot more smooth because there's a greater range of movement going into it. I don't know. I mean, it would help if I gave them all back in instead of just one layer. I'm an idiot. I'm going to link these together just in case anything goes wrong so I can just fix the easing again. Let's have a look. The timings are way too far apart for that to work properly. So I guess I could move them back to the middle point once again, unlink them, and then just change their timings to be better, I suppose. So this could technically be like 2.5. The next one could be 3. And then the next one could be 3.5, maybe? That's just what's in my head at the moment. This could definitely change. See, I'm only showing you a little bit of playtesting because it would get very tedious if I showed you the whole thing, tweaking colors and movements and stuff. There we go. That could last even longer, but I definitely think I was on the right lines, adding only half a second between each movement. So I think ideally I want the middle one to close as you get to the ball portal. I think that's the right move, because then you get half of the transition before the portal and half of the transition after. There we go. I think I've finally done it. I've tried so hard to find something that will suffice on its own, but in the end, I'm just going to have to include something else as an overlay to transition into the ball, because I just can't get this to go in without looking lame. I've just realized to do the masking effect that I wanted to do to cover these lines in the very background, I'm going to have to change the layering of these overlays just by 1, so I can use B2-6 for the stuff covering the lines without ruining what is going on with the overlay. The background is pink and the lines are black, so I need to make this overlay pink so that the pink on pink looks the same and then the black lines disappear. B2-6, and then I'm just going to cover them like so. 183 is going to move roughly 250 blocks on ease in out for about 10 seconds. Actually, ease in. It would help if these arrows were centered in the middle where these overlays come up. And also, I can delete these objects right here, so just these arrows are used. That's saving so many objects. And here it is in action. It looks okay, but I think it's going to look better once I make those black lines pulse. In for 2, out on 6, group 184, brand new group for those black lines, just going straight to white and then fading off. And there you have it. Easy as beans. We've made a cool looking background. Alright, let me show you why this episode is getting cut short and you'll understand. Yeah, it just doesn't look good, does it? I'm going to keep this as a backup. Let me know if it's actually good in the comments, but I have serious doubts about the way that this is looking. So I'm going to keep a backup of that, but for now I'm going to work on backtracking all of this progress that I made and keeping the original background without all of these ridiculous pulses that I added on layer 10. Because it just got really crazy and there's just random triggers spawned everywhere. And it's seriously just a big mess. I was proud of the background that I made initially, with the overlays and stuff, but the block design is just, no, it's a big miss for me. I spent a lot of time in this episode trying to tweak the pulses and everything to make it work, and I just went with it even though I knew it didn't look good, and it just didn't pay off, and I don't want to put out something that just isn't good. So I'm just going to end the episode pretty early on. And this goes to show that even if you have a lot of creating experience, you can regret stuff that you've made in a level, and it can honestly just destroy your motivation, because I do not want to continue anymore. I'm just going to backtrack everything I've made so far and just stick with the original background, I think. So yeah, unless I get a lot of comments telling me that this looks good and I should continue it, I'm just going to backtrack on everything I've made because I don't like it. And I don't want to put out something that just isn't good or something that I'm not proud of. So, thank you for watching, even though this has been a failure. I'm still going to upload the video just because I want to show that things can go wrong. Check the links in the description, like and subscribe, and have a good day.